Welcome to Chi-Town Lowdown, folks. Thanks for joining us again. Please like and subscribe our page. Go to X, follow us, Chi-Town_Lowdown, and interact with our posts. We love it. So picks against spread segment. Last week, week 14, final week with some teams on bye. So we had 13 games. Two of those games actually pushed on the lines that we had used for our picks. And those games were the Thursday night game, Green Bay at Detroit, -3. Detroit did win that game by 3 points. The other game was New York Jets at Miami, -6.
So when they push, that is like the -3. They lost. They lost by 3. So that's just nobody gets points, right?
Right. So we remove those from our pick totals for the week. So there were 13 games, but the pick totals will be against 11 games.
Right.
So Tom was 5 for 11 last week. Luke was 4 for 11. Wargo and I were both 3 for 11. So pretty brutal week for the guys at Chi-Town Lowdown. I think this is the first week that we have all gone under 500 on a single week, on any given week. So season totals, Wargo's at 100 for 203 games. I am at 104. Tom's at 119. And Luke is at 120 out of 203 picks. So Tom and Luke still doing pretty good. And, I think the crown for the 2024-2025 season is still up for grabs at this point with a few weeks to go. So keep tuning in. We'll continue to give you our thoughts on the matchups. And, let us know your thoughts as well, what your best bets are. So we'll jump into week 15, picks against spread. We got a great Thursday night game. The Rams at San Francisco, -3 points. I found this one a little bit surprising here, with especially how the Rams beat the Bills at home last week. I think the Bills going into that game had been in the conversations for, possibly the best team in the league right now with the way they were playing. And then the Rams were able to just outgun them, right? I mean, it was a high-scoring game. And Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, that offense is potent. And so to see this line in favor of the Niners is a little bit unusual to me. And I'm going to take a look at how these bets are coming in really quick just to get a better idea of maybe why the line's moving the way it is.
While you're looking at that, I mean, maybe you guys showed this in the recap show. Does the 49ers performance last week against the Bears, do you guys put that much weight into it? I mean, I got to believe that it's factoring into this line a little bit, because I don't understand why the 49ers are favored.
I don't think the Bears are good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be.
Yeah,
it could also be the Niners maybe seeing this game as win or go home in terms of the playoffs, with them sitting at 6 and 7. Right now, the bets, 77% are on the Rams, as well as 77% of the money. So, that makes sense to me. That's how I'm going to pick this game. I'm going to pick the Rams as the underdogs. I think they're the better team right now, and I'm going to pick them.
I'm also going to pick the Rams. Trent Williams is out. Nick Bosa questionable. Obviously, McCaffrey's out. Rams have all their weapons back. Looked like they're firing on all cylinders. I just don't really understand this. So they must be seeing something else that I don't see.
Wargo, what do you think?
Oh, what do I think? Interesting. What do I think? Yeah.
Brock Purdy did look pretty good against the Bears secondary.
Looks pretty good. Yeah, I do feel like the Niners do have a bit of a back against the wall type game here. The Rams they're a team that is getting all of their weapons on the field playing cohesively, and it seems like they've been putting it together for the last few weeks. So for those reasons, I'm really going to go with the Rams. I think the 49ers beating the Bears, it's more of an indictment on the Bears being a complete joke of an organization.
Well, I think the Rams also need to win this game. So,
Yeah,
for true.
I mean, they're behind Seattle still.
Over.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I'm going to go with the Rams as well for, kind of everything that's been mentioned already. I just think they're playing better ball right now than the 49ers. I don't really give them much credit for what they did last week against the Bears. So give me the Rams.
okay, all on the Rams.
And that's the last big game we've got until the afternoon slate because the rest of these matchups suck.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So
Late afternoon slate.
Another thing to know going into this game, this Thursday night game, the Niners currently have a 10% chance to make the playoffs. It says on PFF, and the Rams have a 33% chance.
Yeah.
So, that might be why the Niners see this as a winner go home.
Also, with all the stuff going on with Debo and just the off the field
What
stuff.
an idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you guys see that?
yeah.
He said he tweeted about he's not struggling, he's just not getting the ball, and he got community noted, and they said he is struggling. He actually leads the team in drops, and then he deleted the tweet.
Got clowned,
Oh
dude.
my God. Got bodied by the app. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Wow.
Next game, largest spread of the week, Baltimore at the Giants plus 16 points.
Is this the biggest spread of the year thus far?
I think so.
Yes.
Not really looking forward to this one at all.
16 points.
I think New York came to their senses and played Drew last week, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Drew Lock is hurt. All indications are that Tommy DeVito is going to be the starter.
Yes.
Oof. Obviously Baltimore has been playing pretty well, if I recall. I think that lost to Philly by 5, beat Chargers, lost to Pittsburgh, beat the Bengals. So have gone up against some good competition as of late. Played some close games, got a couple wins out there. 16 just feels like too much to me. Like the Giants need to have a little bit of pride.
Dude, they don't. They're 2-11.
The public feels the same way. 64% of the money and the bets are coming in on the Giants.
Yeah.
So now you're using – what did you use for the first game?
PFF.
What? I was getting different numbers than you were.
I'm going to go with the Giants here. Tommy DeVito at home in Jersey. Still like that Giants defensive line. Gabba go! Give me the Giants.
I'm going with Baltimore. The Giants are bad. Large spread, but I could see Derrick Henry, going for 200 maybe. Lamar.
Henry's not going to be playing after halftime.
Lamar is so underrated as a passer, too. Like he's so efficient, it's crazy. I love it. I love Baltimore in this spot. Give me them on the big spread.
Whenever I pick with conviction, I'm usually wrong. It's like, there's no way that this, as denoted by my record on locks. So I'm going to fade myself here and go with the Giants.
Smart.
But the point that I would make is this is definitely just tune-up game for Baltimore. They're just going to be sharpening the spear, just kicking the shit out of the Giants at home. They're going to, be up by 40 at halftime. It's not going to be much of a game. But again, I'm fading myself and taking the Giants. So.
Yeah, I get what you're doing there. I get what you're doing there, Words. And I don't hate that. But the Ravens coming off a bye, off a loss. Tough loss.
God, Ravens are coming off a bye.
I feel like they're going to come out with a game plan and they're going to score at will. And this Tommy DeVito offense, what are they going to do? Malik Neighbors is questionable as well. I don't know if he'll play or not, but it didn't seem serious. All bets are. I just feel like it's got to be the Ravens, right? It's got to be the Ravens.
Well, 64% of bets, if you want to go that route, are on the Giants.
I know.
But not all bets.
All my thought bets.
All of Tom's thought bets.
Next game. Kansas City at Cleveland. Plus 4 points.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Give me Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns. That's a gut instinct right there. Not looking at anything. Kansas City, look out, because Jameson's gonna throw 5 tutties and 3 interceptions on your ass.
The Chiefs have not covered since week 7. They have lost against the spread 7 games in a row. I'm going to go with Cleveland as well.
They've only lost 1 game in that span.
And they've only lost 1 game. Yes.
Jeez.
Obviously, Kansas City's average margin of victory is going to be insanity for a team that's 12-1. And I mean, it's like they can't win a game like you'd expect them to be winning games. They just are playing every single opponent so closely. Just quick math in my head, I literally think in the last 6 games, they're 5-1, but they have an average margin of victory of like 4 points. And it's like they've played Carolina in that span. They've played.
They got a winning culture, man.
5-8 against the spread on the year. I think at some point.
4-8. 5-8. Yeah.
I feel like at some point they've got to win a game and convince Tanner. So as much as I love Jameis and Tom's sort of just blind allegiance here, and as fun as it would be to get on with, I'm just something telling me to take Kansas City here and just have them look like their record indicates.
That's what I tried to do last week.
Coach?
While I do agree with a lot of Luke's points, I also agree with a lot of Tom's points, and it's in Cleveland. Cleveland's a home
Do I have any
dog.
points? Go on.
It does obviously seem like Vegas is smartening up to this, because against Vegas they were favored by 14, and against Carolina they were favored by 11. And I think 6 weeks ago, if you're guessing the spread on this game, you'd go a lot bigger than 4 points. So Kansas City covered by.
I follow what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still going Cleveland.
We're all in Cleveland except for Luke.
It's Jameis at home, dude. Come on. He's so
no, Jesse, what'd you say?
Cleveland.
So
my record doesn't even matter
just
anymore.
a note, it looks like it's going to be rainy, windy. Could hinder scoring.
I like
Thanks for that.
Cleveland's running back.
Weather update. Next game, Washington at New Orleans, plus 7.5 points.
Massive home dog for New Orleans.
Yeah. I think Derek Carr may. I'm going to check.
He broke his arm, right, or his wrist. But his not throwing hand.
Left
he's
hand
good.
concussion. Officially didn't practice Wednesday.
Concussion?
Kamara didn't practice Wednesday due to an illness, so he should be fine. Yeah, it says for Carr, left hand and concussion.
Oh, he's out.
DraftKings needs to get better at updating their injury report because I'm looking at New Orleans and there's no one on it. That's interesting. It doesn't. It sounds like Carr probably won't play if it's a wrist and a concussion. Concussions, especially with quarterbacks nowadays, it's almost like a 2-week thing. Like it used to be like you come back in a game. Now it's like you're probably going to be sitting 2 weeks with a concussion. Not that that's like
on the quarterback comparison on PFF, they are showing Spencer Rattler versus Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. So for that reason, I just don't think Rattler. I don't recall how he played in spots earlier this year, but I feel like this New Orleans team is different with Carr at quarterback. They're just a little more dangerous. Maybe a lingering diarrhea issue for Kamara, possibly. We don't know what kind of illness. Could be main cheese. You know, like who knows, right? So, give me Washington here. I believe we're also coming off of a bye this week, so yeah, I'll take Washington.
Jesse?
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington as well. Not a divisional game for Washington, in which they have struggled a little bit this year. They dropped one to Dallas. They dropped they dropped one to Philly so far, but they've got another matchup with Dallas and Philly later on in the year. They did beat the Giants twice, but those were also close games. Other than that, it seems like they're blowing out some of these non-conference opponents. I like Washington to win big here, so I'm going to take them. I like it. I like them coming off a bye as well.
Yeah, I too. I'm going to be on Washington. I mean, Saints are just banged up. Their chances to go to the playoffs or win the AFC South, NFC South. Sorry, I had it pulled up and just blanked. 2.8%. So there it is. Sorry, I had a bunch of ads pull up over it. Yeah, 2.8% chance to win the NFC South. So I feel like they're probably going to just get rolled here in this game at home, being that they're playing with mostly backups. Sometimes teams can come together and play better in those scenarios, but I just don't see that being the case. I feel like Washington's been playing well, like Jesse said, basically only against Tennessee last week, and then they lost the 3 prior. But you know what? They're going to carry that momentum from last week into this game and blow them out at home.
Yeah, if this were any other team, not any other team, but mostly any other team, I probably would not pick the Commanders. I don't think they're that good. I really think that they have played some bad teams, and the good teams that they do play, they lose to. You know, the one maybe Baltimore game was a close game. But yeah, I don't really know what to make of the Commanders, but a Saints team that really just, and if Kamara's out, I doubt he will be, but like I just can't get myself to pick the Saints here. So
yeah,
they're
going to struggle this week.
Yeah, these are shit games.
Cincinnati at Tennessee plus 5 points.
Rain is also a factor here. I got to look at the.
Cincinnati's going to win out. I think they win big here in Tennessee. I think Cincinnati is the team. Like, obviously, they put themselves in a position with the games that they lost earlier in the year to obviously basically have no chance of making it. if you guys have PFF pulled up and you've seen those percentages thus far, I'd be curious to know what Cincinnati's is at this point. It's basically win out and then X, Y, and Z all have to occur as well for them to make it in.
2%.
2%. So the fact that they're not eliminated yet is honestly more surprising. But there is still, a sliver of hope, right? So I think obviously their offense.
I was watching a short clip on what exactly needed to happen for them to make the playoffs. The Denver Broncos need to lose 3 of the next 4. The Colts need to lose 2 of the next 4. The Dolphins need to lose 2 of the next 4. The Broncos' schedule is difficult. They have the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Chargers.
So they played the Broncos in that stretch as well.
They do.
So they can help themselves.
Yes. And the Dolphins also have a difficult schedule. The one that doesn't have quite as difficult of a schedule is the Indianapolis Colts. And they're looking at, let me see if I can pull this up. They play Denver this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have Tennessee, New York Giants, Jacksonville. So if they lose to Denver, they would need to lose one of those last 3 games, and Denver needs to lose 3 of the next 4, and Dolphins need to lose 2 of the next 4, and the Bengals need to win out. That's how they get in. So it's not impossible, but it is improbable.
Well,
that'd be crazy. I would love to see him in the playoffs.
I like them this week. Obviously, the offense is on another level. They just score at will. Jamar Chase, he's unique to me in this sense that he is one of the slowest looking, fastest players I've ever seen. Like when he's making moves, it just doesn't look like he's moving that fast.
He's switching around out there.
If you really pay attention to receivers in the NFL, there's a route that we run with DJ Moore all the time. It's just this like 5 to somewhere between 5 and 10 yards turn around, catch the ball. It's a timing pass. You're throwing before your receivers even turned around. And when you're doing this, it's like I'm just looking to advance the ball X amount of yards. I don't expect any yards after the catch. He makes those plays 10, 15 yards more than any other receiver where he catches the ball and the guy is like on his ass and he just makes him miss so often. Obviously, they've got a lot of other weapons on that team as well. And Joe Burrow, if their record wasn't what it is, he'd probably be MVP front runner right now. So I'm going to take them to cover against Tennessee. Again, I think they're going to do everything in their power to ensure that they keep those playoff chances alive. It's going to come down to all the other stuff that Jesse mentioned.
Yeah, I'm on the Bengals as well. Even if it's a shootout, which it won't be, Titans can't score.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else is
what they said?
Public's on the Bengals big time. Not necessarily in terms of bets, but so 55% of the bets on the Bengals, 82% of the money. I'm gonna lean into that. A lot of the reasons we already discussed. Bengals. Next game, Miami at Houston -3.
All right, here we go. A little good game here. Is this afternoon slot?
This is still.
What's going to be playing in good old Illinois? What will be on Fox? You guys think?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Probably Cleveland.
I'll be watching this game at noon. This will be my pick for the noon game. I'll probably have Cincy on just for fantasy football purposes, and Chase Brown is carrying my ass.
It's good.
In more ways than but I will definitely have this game on. And Tom, good eye. I agree with you. This is kind of the one ring star
saving grace
on the noon slate. I'm going to go with Houston at home. Miami's obviously been playing at a higher level since Tua has come back. But with that being said, I think it's time for Houston to kind of shake out of the slump that we've seen going on with not really the offense as a whole, because obviously Nixon's having a great year, but it does seem like Stroud has been a little bit this year, and some of the stuff that I listened to, they've talked a lot about the offensive line for Houston just not being as good, and as a result of that, CJ's kind of digressed a bit, maybe worried a little bit more about the pressure than in his rookie year when he had plenty of time to process what was going on in front of him. Houston's going to kind of come into playoff form here down the stretch. Obviously, there's not really a ton of competition within that division. I think the Colts are still the closest to them, but as long as they take care of business, I think they win the division, and I'll take them here at home against Miami.
I am going to be on the other side here. The Dolphins they've won 4 of the last 5. They have playoff aspirations. And they struggled at that kind of week 3 to week 2. When Tua was out, right? They struggled a little bit. Since then, they've strung a few wins together, and their playoff hopes are not completely out yet. Looking at their upcoming schedule, after this, they've got San Francisco, Cleveland, and then the Jets again. It's a tough road ahead, but I think that this Houston defense is going to be a little bit susceptible to some of the passing attack from Miami. So I'm going to take them here.
Look at the injury report. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, all questionable. It doesn't look like they're serious, but that's a little bit concerning.
No, they'll be fine.
I agree with Jesse. I don't know. I think I keep saying that I'm going to take the Dolphins because I like how they're playing for the foreseeable future. Texans offense, even with Nico Collins back, doesn't seem. I'm going to walk back everything I just said. I forgot about Joe Mixon. Yeah, I'm going to go Texans here. I'm just going with my gut because last week was so just awful.
Tom, you're picking by fantasy interests. It's okay to say.
Joe Mixon is good. And
Joe Mixon is good.
Houston by tutties, too.
He's good at football. I agree. He is.
Quick sidebar. I was trying to get one of my buddies to join for picks, much like we had Nick Brenner join recently. It's my buddy that places some of the bets out here, does a little football coaching himself as well.
Does he
Big
tune
Bears
in?
fan. What's up?
Hey.
Big Bears fan.
Okay.
But just got the link out to him, so did want to give you guys a heads up. He said he's getting back from the gym, and he said he'd pop in, so didn't want to just have him join randomly.
Bring him in.
Great dude, Alec. Anyway, continuing on. We're going to go here with Houston. Is this a unanimous pick?
No, Jesse's on Miami. I gotta think about Houston this week at home.
I wish Alec were here. I'd just bet with him. Luke's on Houston. All right, I'm with Luke. I feel good. Okay.
I'm on Houston too, dude.
Wargo completely lost. all faith in his own ability to make picks at this point.
I'm not gonna lie, I did pretty well on the college games last week, and then I just didn't want to bet any of the NFL games.
You're just like, let me just save my money.
I've got my $4. I got to keep it.
That's probably a good choice.
Yeah.
Next game, New York Jets at the Jags.
There he is.
+3.
Boys.
There he is.
What's up, man?
Oh no.
Did you see it? Hold on. The hair.
He's joining in solidarity.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What up, dude?
What's going
How you doing,
on?
guys?
We are we just moved on to our next game here. So we got the Jets at the Jags +3.
Unless you
We're
have
going to
strong
put you on the
feelings
spot
about
right here.
Dolphins and
Initial
Texans.
thoughts.
Texans get right game. I don't know where you guys land on that one.
Let's go.
I love the Texans this week. Just that's all
Yeah.
I have to say about
Yeah,
that.
we were all on that except for Jets. Idiot.
I don't know. Potent offense.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, I was
We'll see.
almost with you, but
You joined just in time. We're working our way through the noon slate this week. It's like one good game. Afternoon slate looks pretty good. But like Jesse said, we just got to Jets at Jacksonville. Jags are home dogs here. Jets are by 3. Any initial thoughts on that one?
Yeah.
This is
So, I mean,
Sorry.
oh, you're good. Yeah, you go.
No, I was just gonna leave with this is a terribly gross fucking game.
Yeah. No doubt.
3.5 is disgusting, but please
That's well
let me
put.
hear. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the Jets in this one. Although the Jags pulled off a victory last week. Trevor Lawrence being done for the year, Mac Jones leading this offense does not give me too much confidence. The Jets are I feel the same way about them. Breece Hall is on my fantasy team, and I'm just worried he's just not in it. His heart's not in it the rest of the year.
yeah, he's out.
So
I think we're gonna just bench him for the rest of the year. I've heard. I heard.
they didn't want to shut him down, but
Okay.
even without him, they got a couple of young running backs that they can use to use in his stead. 56% of the bets coming in on the Jets, but 74% of the money. I'm gonna ride and lean into that. I'm gonna go with the Jets in this one.
I mean, I watched maybe a couple minutes of the Jags Titans game last week, and it was hard to watch. Mac Jones is awful. I think I'm gonna go.
I'm upset.
I'm gonna go the Jags. I'm gonna go the Jags here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep.
He's so bad that you need to pick them.
Yep.
Interesting.
7-5 against the spread, or 7-5-1 according to PFF. I don't know what that is.
I said I'm going with my gut this week, man.
Brees Hall DMP today is what I'm seeing currently. So super encouraging, but maybe just late in the year, let him get some rest in the middle of the week. I'm an idiot, so I'm going to go with the Jets here. Like I've been going with the Jets, I feel like every single week. I don't really have a great explanation as to why. Their defensive roster, the guys that they have, still impress me, despite not having really performed all that well. Won't say anything about Aaron Rodgers, but
Are you
Obviously,
watching this documentary?
I'm gonna go with the Jets here. I'm gonna go with Jesse. I don't like Mac Jones. Fuck that guy.
Orgo?
Garrett Wilson, Jets, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, Jets.
Not good.
Potentially Brees Hall. Alec, thoughts?
I'm also just picking whatever Luke does.
Like I said, this game is gross. And Wargo, those things are true. Rodgers, Garrett, Devontae, but those things have been true for the last 5 weeks, and we haven't seen anything that would give me confidence to support that. But I will say the Jets being the 3.5 is a weird line. I can't believe we crossed 3 with this one on the road. And because of that, it makes no sense to me. So I have to take the Jets, I think.
Oh, you almost
Boom.
want me to flip here. That was a good point. Oh shoot. I'm not gonna.
I don't know. I like the Mac Jones points is really strong for me as well. He's probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna flip.
Jets,
I'm gonna flip before we move off here. I'm gonna go Jets.
Come on.
The 3.5 is right. I mean, they couldn't get. It was 10 to 6.
Is this at 3.5 or 3? What do we have?
I've got it at 3 on DraftKings. Let me double check that.
Which is the unofficial official partner of Chi-Town Lowdown. So
all right.
So we're picking it at +3 for the Jags.
I'm gonna go Jags.
That changes everything.
Yeah.
It really does. I'm flipping. I'm on the Jags.
All right.
Okay. So that's fair.
3 Jags.
That half point can make a difference. What do we got next?
I'm gonna stick with it.
Next up, we got Dallas at Carolina -3 points here.
I talked about it off pod here. I'm a believer in Carolina right now. I know, they've been the laughing stock of the NFL for a while now.
Believer in Carolina.
Hey, yeah, I know you've been picking them the last couple of weeks, but I'm on board, and they're playing well. It's I don't know, something about them. They're fighting hard, and Bryce Young looks competent out there. Hubbard's looking great too. I don't know. What's the line though?
3.
Yeah, yeah. I came in. I was gonna pick him anyway. So give it to me.
Dallas has also been playing well, Tom.
You're right.
Cooper Rush.
Where are they at? Are they at home? Is Dallas at home?
No, it's in
Carolina.
Oh, shit. I should have picked Dallas.
Jesse, how much credit do you give yourself for improvement for Carolina? And you're just
he's flipping to the boys this week. I know it.
What? I picked him against the Chiefs and then the Bucks and then the Eagles. But those spreads were big, I don't know.
Well, not favorite.
Yeah, I honestly I'm gonna be taking Dallas this week. I think.
Oh my God,
Vegas has kind of recalibrated, and this to me, I just think Dallas is good enough that they can squeak one out here, sneak one and squeak one out.
Wow.
I'm gonna pick them.
Cooper Rush's cadence is like slowly getting closer and closer to being almost identical with where Dax was when he got injured. It's like if you close your eyes, you just let the here we go. It's like getting very what that has to do with this pick, I don't really know. Right? I'm trying to figure that part out.
You're visualizing.
Overshown tore every single shred of anything that was in his knee this week, and he's been, obviously the biggest and surprise for that defense this year. I think that's going to be a blow for them, and I haven't got to ride on the Carolina train yet. I don't.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go with Carolina here. Defensive loss for the Cowboys, and the offense is predictable. Like they're just going to try to get the ball to CD. He's their only real weapon left. They don't have much of a run game with Dowdle and Zeke. And Tolbert isn't really I kind of had high hopes for him. But he's just not really developing as a true 2 behind CD. He had a drop that sticks out in my mind the other night. So I'm going to go with Carolina here and see what this is like and surely fuck this up for them.
I don't hate that. I think we've reached the point. So Bryce Young's been playing better. He's certainly shown improvement where he was. I mean, he's winning football games. He's making throws that he was not making before. But I think we've got to the point in the media where there are 2 on Bryce Young's side. Like everyone is like, oh, this guy wasn't a bust. That trade was actually pretty good. Carolina has a future. I think this is a little come down to earth game for Carolina. Being favored by 3, I know the Cowboys roster is abysmal with all the injuries they have. Not a lot going on for them, but CD is still going to be the best player on the field. I think he's going to prove that, and I think getting points right here, I think you just got to take that. I'm going to go Cowboys.
Okay, Wargo?
Agreed. Yeah, I kind of made the point that I did earlier, hinting at the fact that I would be going with the boys, but they've got a few things going for them. Micah Parsons has been kind of showing up on defense, looking to make a name for himself. I don't know if he was like fighting an illness or something. He seemed like he was very fatigued out there at times whenever the camera was on him. It was kind of weird. And also he's a little bit undersized next to some of those defensive linemen, which is always kind of funny to me because he's just the scariest guy ever. But no, Cowboys have been looking good. You know, I just kind of shit on Micah Parsons a little bit there, but no, I think they're going to show up and they're going to play well in Carolina there. So yeah, I'll go with the boys on the road.
Hell yeah. We're into the afternoon window, so the quality of these games picks up a little bit. In Indianapolis at Denver -4.
Al, lead us off.
Okay. This is
You look like a Bo Nix believer.
Yeah, I listen. I am a believer. Okay, I really am. I bet him countless times in college, and he fucked me every single time. I just couldn't find the right week to bet him. That's still kind of the case in the NFL, but he's at least fun while he's doing what he's doing. This has a lot of playoff implications for both teams. This is the point in the season where things really start to matter. This is when you can really start laying some units down. God damn it. 4 is such a weird fucking number. I got to ride with Bo Nix. Give me the Broncos. I'll lay the points. Yeah, give me the Broncos -4. I think that this Colts team, it's just hit or miss with Anthony Richardson, and I'm just not going to – I can't bet on that.
Yeah, I agree. I think this Broncos D is going to show up at home. That's the big thing for me. They're at home. I don't know if the record is at home this year, but Anthony Richardson can't be trusted. You know, he's been inaccurate all year, and I don't think that he's going to get as many opportunities to run the ball against this defense. And Bo Nix, you know, I still don't like him. He's just scary. He's just a weird. He's like Sean Payton's little puppet, you know. And I don't like him, but I still think they're a good football team. So.
Just keep finding more reasons to hate Bo Nix.
I just don't like him, dude. I don't know.
It's fair.
He would have been the bad guy in the potential bad guy in the next Top Gun movie. That's what it's like. Perfect would be.
I feel like
that's
he's more
exactly
of an anti-hero.
Yeah. What?
He's like the good bad guy, like the anti-hero character.
He starts off as a dick, but then he like.
I think what got me was he was like a big dick to one of the media. Like, I don't like media, but I was just like, shut up, dude.
I like Denver here too. I think Sean Payton's done a great job with a young quarterback this year. It goes to show that if like you got the right guy at the top and you've got a malleable, quarterback to pair with him, you can get results pretty quickly. The exact opposite of what's going on with the Bears. With that being said, I like Denver here at home. Like Alec mentioned, implications playoff wise for both teams. I just think Denver is a little bit more ready for that. So I'm going to go with Denver as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that you made that quick reference to the Bears there because, I mean, I was going to somewhat bring that up is who thought we'd be here? I mean, didn't the Broncos have one of the worst chances to go to the playoffs win their division starting out in the year? I think their over-under for wins was 3.5, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was.
Wow.
Yeah. So who thought we'd be here, because Bears was 8.5. Yikes. Anyway, give me the Broncos. Yeah, we're going to keep riding here. Broncos at home. 4 is weird. 4 at home is weird. Colts have been pretty well against the spread. Broncos have been better against the spread. I think it's because they've been counted out of a lot of games, and they show up every time. So I think they're going to keep showing up, especially at home. They have a better running back situation.
My heart is telling me to take the Colts here.
You always take the Colts.
My mind is telling me to take the Broncos, and I'm going to go with my mind this time. The Colts are 1-5 against the spread in the last 5 games. Anthony Richardson is still trying to dial in his accuracy. I don't trust that he hasn't done that yet, and he's going up against this defense on the road. I don't like it. I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm gonna go with you guys.
All on it.
We'll be unanimous on that game.
I thought you were going to pick the Colts, Jesse, so let me pitch you something as if you did. The percentage of bets that we discussed, right? So for the spread specifically, 50% of the bets have been placed on Indianapolis, 49 on the Broncos. The percentage of money, 24 on Indianapolis, 76 on the Broncos. So
yeah, I saw that.
The big money's on the Broncos.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Buffalo, Detroit.
Oh, what a game!
Buffalo at Detroit minus
Is that game of the week?
Ooh, -2.5. Wow.
Easily game of the week.
America's game of the week.
State
In the midday
Pennsylvania,
slate,
this is
too?
probably the game of the week for you.
This game opened at 1.5 in favor of the Lions. It's moved to 2.5 already.
Interesting.
Sure, yeah.
Obviously, Buffalo coming off a tough loss last week against the Rams, but Josh Allen, he obviously did everything he could to win that game for them. And I mean, the defense is going to have to make a stop at some point. Like, if you can't hold the Rams to under 40, who's to say you're going to be able to hold this current Lions team to anywhere close to that? So, I mean, for viewing purposes, I'm very excited. I hope this is basically a replay of last week between that Buffalo and Rams game. But I could see maybe Buffalo getting their asses chewed out all week and kind of like, coaching staff being like, you guys soft, throwing out the soft word, maybe, and trying to light a fire under their ass. Because I don't hate defense. I think they just got Milano back, which I kind of thought would be huge for them, but didn't seem to make too big of a difference last week. I'm going to pick Detroit at home in Dome. I really hope that this is, like I said, another great game. But I think I'll stick with Detroit being at home here. Obviously, if this were in Buffalo, I'd be picking a different way, and I don't think the line would be the same either. This line might completely flip. They're playing in Buffalo right now, so give me the home team.
Jesse?
Yeah, I'm going to be in the same boat. I like the fact that Detroit's had a few more days of rest here coming off that Thursday night game against Green Bay. Bills against the Rams on the road, bit of a blow your load game on the other side of the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Maybe, come into this one a little flat against a team you can't do that against. So I'll take the Lions.
I'm picking last, so
I'll just pick the Lions, make it easy.
Okay, I'll hop in and be a contrarian here. Lions off the mini bye. Bills giving up 44, whatever it was, to the Rams. Another explosive offense. The Lions obviously more explosive than that. Everything tells me the Lions are going to run away with this game just like the Rams did. This is going to be a high-scoring affair. But I think Josh Allen's the X factor. He's the MVP this year. He's been doing things that haven't been done in the history of the game for the entire season, but really these last 2 weeks specifically. And I think he just continues to do that. Give me Bills money line. I'll take the points since they're there for me, but this is a Bills money line play.
How good is Buffalo's defense at stopping the run? Do we know that? that a quick check? I think I'm also going to pick the Bills, because I see them getting after Goff a little bit, and creating some turnover, maybe a turnover or two.
They're
And,
ranked 28th in PFF grade against the run.
Shoot! Oh man, I thought it would be like maybe mid.
Opposite of what you were expecting.
That's not what I was expecting.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go Bills here.
It's not like the Lions have good running backs though, so you're good.
No, it's not like I just want to say, it makes too much sense to take the Lions. It scares me.
I don't hate it. I think when you have you point the Dallas game, and I think you're kind of making a similar point in this one. Like the best player on the field is Josh Allen. Just like CD was the best player on the field in that Dallas game, and especially when it's a quarterback that you're saying that about. I think you can pick either way. Like I would totally be fine with, like when you said Bills money line in this. That's smart this week. They're currently that's currently plus 120. So
that's exciting. I like that game.
All
what we
right.
got next?
So you're on Buffalo, Tom?
Yes.
Next game, Pittsburgh at Philly, minus 5.5.
Pittsburgh.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Oh
Yeah, Tom.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tom.
yeah, we're on it.
Yeah.
You guys watch the Hard Knocks?
I need to watch this. Obviously, everyone knows how I feel about Mike Tomlin. Those big brother, big sister programs. I want to see if I can get into one of those and have Mike Tomlin be my big brother. As the oldest child, I never knew what it was like to have a big brother. So Mike Tomlin as my big brother would be the sickest thing ever. For that reason, specific Tomlin versus Sirianni. Sirianni is like flirting with one flew over the cuckoo's nest. This guy is on the verge of a mental break. It seems like at any given, like it's just every week, what's he gonna do? New haircut, this, that. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. Was there like somebody have an affair with someone else's spouse? That's what it seems like based on some of the comments that were made in this week. Brandon Graham saying like, hey, something's changed. Like, why would you say that? Why would you put that out publicly? Like, if you have friction within the locker room, what happened to the days of like, what happens here stays here, right? And now it's just like, yeah, they don't like each other anymore. It's like, how does that benefit the team? Like, I don't get it. It seems like there is something strange going on. Obviously, I think most people have seen the comments that AJ Brown made after the game last week when reporters asked him, hey, what's wrong with the offense? He said, passing game. And obviously that can be taken a few different ways. It could be schematically, there's something wrong there with how the game's being called. It could be, a personnel thing. And if you're saying personnel, then you're probably implying that the quarterback's not playing that well. Shut up. Just shut up. Stop saying stupid shit. Keep it to yourself. I like where Pitt's at right now as a team more than I do with Philly. Despite how well Philly's played and how good that team is, I'm going to take Pittsburgh here being underdogs and, getting 5.5 points.
When did Philly have a mental breakdown last year? 6 games left?
I can't really remember when it was.
They were 10-2. Yeah. It was
I don't know. I don't see that happening again, but I just have a little bit of like PTSD maybe from it. And now all this shit's happening. George Pickens is doubtful, so that's a little bit.
Talk about mental issues. Might be he's not.
Yeah. But Pickens is doubtful, so that kind of gives me pause for Pittsburgh. But who were they playing?
Philadelphia.
They're playing
at the link.
Yeah. I'm flipping. I'm going Philadelphia. Sorry, Luke. If George Pickens was playing, I think I would pick him.
Is this a best player on the field pick?
So, listen, I have something to support that. If we are going to go that route here, I just think so. Obviously, a lot of turmoil in Philly. Brandon Graham saying what he said, unbelievable. He said that. It doesn't make any sense. I've watched that clip 100 times. I don't understand what he's doing with that. What he's trying to accomplish. This doesn't feel like last year though, where it was a total collapse.
I agree.
They were losing the playoffs. Like this is a different Philly team. They actually have some momentum, and the last time AJ Brown really spoke out to the media, I don't know if you guys remember, it was like 2 years ago. He was like, "We're not passing the ball enough. I need the ball." Blah 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 blah. It was actually leading into a game against the Steelers. I just looked it up. AJ Brown finished that game with 6 for 160 and 3. So I have a feeling we could see a similar performance. I think they're going to be feeding AJ Brown, and that's going to be the difference here. I don't love 5.5, but I'll lay them. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm right there as well. If this Pittsburgh defense is susceptible anywhere, it's in the secondary. I not to say I don't think Saquon's not going to get his, because I think he will, but yeah, I like Philly. I like the momentum that they've got. They struggled last week against Carolina. I think they bounced back and prove to the media and the haters out there that wasn't indicative of their style of football. And I think Pittsburgh maybe isn't quite as good as what the record says. So I'll take Philly.
We've been saying that all year though, and they just keep winning games.
And I'm going to keep saying it until they lose in the first round of the playoffs.
For the record, I have not been saying that all year.
You're right.
For the record.
That is pretty good. Noted. Ordo?
Yeah, it's a bit of a fade myself game. My gut instinct was to go with the Steelers here because of the points, 5.5. It just seems like, they definitely win games. They also cover games. They're 10-3 in both categories, so I guess to the same degree. But then I look at the spread. I look at the percentage of the money. I think about Saquon Barkley. I think about AJ Brown. That's a great point, Al. He doesn't often make a media stink or make a fuss within the media about anything that can be somewhat controversial there. So he's not a name that's known for doing that. So I feel like to expect that effect could be the case. Sirianni might lose it in a good way and just start going crazy and, feeding the team energy. 20% of the money is on Philly on the spread. 20% of the bets are on Philly on the spread. Vegas has big buildings for a reason. Give me Philly.
Okay.
Tampa Bay at the Chargers -2.5.
We're going first off.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game too. I'll kind of just go with the gut pick here. Give me the Chargers, Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh. Who is their backup running back? Gus Edwards is going.
Gus Bus.
Gus Bus.
Yeah,
and,
Kamani Vidal.
Long plane ride for the Buccaneers to go all the way to San Fran, Inglewood.
Who? Chargers against who? Sorry.
Tampa Bay.
Bucks.
Yeah, that is a long flight. We talked about it last week.
Right.
The flights. Did we decide? Did we land anywhere on those? We said we were going to do some analysis on that. I don't think we ever did, but
classic us.
That's a long flight, So.
Never.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the Chargers here as well. I've been picking them lately. I think they screwed me over in that game. Which one was it? No. Can't remember if I picked them against the Ravens. Other than that, though, looking at the last 7 games, they're 6-1 against the spread. So this is a team that does what they're supposed to do. And Tampa Bay, I think, is a little more volatile. I think being at home that they can cover this fairly easily. Something that's sticking out to me, only 28% of the bets are coming in on LA, but 48% of the money. So big bets on the Chargers. I like that. I'm going to ride with that. I'll take LA.
Vlad,
Yeah.
Coffee going? Limited
That's-
practice?
That's what I was going to ask.
I think he's
Luke?
going to play this week. Sat out last week, and he was kind of a game time decision last week. So they thought he was close enough to maybe suit up last week. I think with another week rest, he probably plays this week. I'm crossing my fingers and praying to God that he does, because him along with Chase Brown.
He was. Did you say he was limited today?
Limited
Yeah,
in
I think
practice.
he's still limited today.
I would expect if he's limited today that he will play. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should. Huh.
Yeah, McConkinator, love that guy. I really like. I'm trying to think of a good analogy, but I can't really think of one. What it was leading towards is I like watching Justin Herbert throw footballs.
Okay.
It's just a beauty. It's so effortless. It's like a guy throwing 104, right? It's just like he is
Tiger
bringing
in the
fucking
wedge.
heat.
The driver.
It's incredible. I love watching him throw the ball. It's strange sometimes with the Chargers offense. They'll be humming. He'll throw a perfect first half, no incompletions, 2 touchdowns, and then they come out in the second half, and it's like, why can't they move the ball? It does seem like this offense is kind of susceptible to that sometimes. I don't know if the statistics would back that up, but it does feel like when watching some of these Chargers games that they can stall out occasionally. But I do like them at home. I think Harbaugh's obviously brought kind of a new mentality to LA and to that team, and kind of shown them what they had all along. Hey, you guys can win these close games. Don't be susceptible to the team that the Chargers have been in the past, where it's just you lose all these close games. I think we're going to start to see that change as the team matures a little bit. And I think we're already starting to see that, like Jesse said, covering in 6 of the last 7, starting to play some better ball. Not that they haven't been playing well all year, but Chargers here and Herbert and that beautiful fucking arm of his.
I think they're missing J.K. Dobbins a lot.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
And as much as I like the Chargers, I just dropped. I was going to pick the Chargers because of fantasy, and I just can't do it. My mind is telling me to pick Baker here, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's fair.
No, I don't hate that. We all know Jim Harbaugh's brand of football. He's tough nose. He's in the trenches. Defense, run the ball. Like you pointed out, they're missing Dobbins a lot. Gus does not have anywhere near the explosiveness that Dobbins had. Gus is a fossil back there right now. But I think if Latius plays, I think that's the difference here. This total makes no sense to me. Also, 45.5, that seems way too high for how this football game is going to go. So give me the 2.5, give me the Chargers, and then just a little bonus pick. We're going to throw that under in there too, because I don't love that.
I agree. I like that.
Should we explain what an over-under is, Tom, for you?
Alec, if you don't know, I'm not a betting man, so they had to start this thing. I really had to learn some things, but I got it. I still don't bet, but I get the minuses and the pluses and the overs and the unders, and so screw off, Jesse.
You had me fooled. I would never have guessed. So.
New England at Arizona -6 points.
Arizona's been not playing great football here. The Patriots just, I think they had a lot of – did they have injuries last week? I mean, they're not very good. I like their quarterback. That's about it. Where's it at?
They were on bye last week. It's in Arizona.
In Glendale.
Arizona, they're still in the running. So this is like they got to start winning games here. -3 or no? That's why it is -6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I can see Arizona winning by a touchdown here.
They have a 6% chance currently to make the playoffs.
Oh, geez, I thought it was a little higher than that.
They have a fleeting chance.
Yeah.
I still think they're a hard-nosed football team that is going to try to come out and pound the New England Patriots. But, yeah, I like it.
He likes it.
Real quick, I think Drake May has looked better than everyone thought he was going to look. Up to this point, he is getting better every week. Something I'd love to see from Caleb, but that's a work in progress. We won't discuss that right now. But Drake has actually looked pretty decent, and the Patriots are not as bad as people thought they were.
No,
they play tough defense. They can run the football, and Drake can make throws. I think their last 4 games of the season are just going to be pure spoiler. Like they're playing for that essentially. I don't think they're giving up by any means. They have their quarterback, so they don't need to finish in those first 2 draft spots. Yeah, I think the Patriots could win this outright, but I'm going to take the points. Yeah, so give me the Patriots 6.
I like those points. I'm going to ride with Alec here. Give me New England.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
6 is a lot, huh?
Both of these teams embarrassed the Bears.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Back to back, just after the Hail Mary that stuck a dagger into the heart of the Bears organization. They played the Cardinals in Arizona, lost 29-9. The next week, they hosted the Patriots, lost 19-3. And now these two teams are squaring up against each other here. I like a lot of what Alex said as well. I do think that this New England team is a little bit better than their record shows. Drake May plays pretty well, and Arizona's dropped 3 in a row now. They're I'm not sure what it is. Defensively, I don't think they quite have the pieces in place other than Budda Baker, who I know we love on this podcast. But offensively, I don't know what's going on. It doesn't seem like through the air they're getting as much firepower as they'd like, especially out of Marvin Harrison Jr. Trey McBride's played pretty well, and James Conner's been pretty reliable, but just hasn't resulted in wins. And this spread's a little bit big for me, so I'm gonna go with New England.
Morgs, come on over. The water is nice.
Real quick, Morgs, before you go, I had this question posed to me the other day, and I was shocked that I couldn't come up with an answer. Can you guys name another Cardinals defensive player besides Budda Baker?
Stills.
Say, Luke's pretty good with guys.
Okay.
I can't. I don't know his first name. I just know he plays as defensive lineman.
It's just it's insane. Like you would think, like
it's crazy.
Guys can point out, it's crazy. It's just weird to think about.
Yeah, no, I literally
can last name
though. Yeah, I don't even know.
I gotta look at their depth chart now.
Dante Stills.
Dante Stills, that's it.
Dante Stills. Okay.
Defensive end.
John Murphy Bunting.
Oh yeah, Murphy Bunting.
Zavin Collins.
Heard that name. Cool.
Those
name.
are like the only two that. Oh, Kaiser White. Those are a few that I recognize.
Yeah, they have some guys you recognize. Just no one stands out. It's a weird phenomenon.
They're a unit. They're a unit, and they're gonna come out to play this week. Say that.
That's what you're hoping for, Tom. Wargo, where you out on this one?
Do we know if McBride's going for the Cardinals?
Oh God, I need to look at
hook up.
injury reports.
Kyler.
I don't see McBride on the DraftKings injury report, which is completely
He
unreliable.
practiced in a limited capacity today with a
What
knee,
is it?
with a knee injury.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's on there.
Yeah, I don't think that the Cardinals should be -6 here. They are 8-5 against the spread, and with that being the case, you'd think that Vegas would be a little more wise than to just give them 6 at home like this. So the line kind of doesn't make sense to me for that reason, thinking about it the way I'm thinking about it. So yeah, give me the Cardinals. I feel like 6 is reckless. So yeah.
You are a sucker for those big spreads.
Oh no, just me and Wargo. That's not good.
Sunday night action here. Green Bay at Seattle, +2.5.
So Seattle's +2.
Yeah, at home.
Okay.
Home dogs.
I want to go last year.
Seattle.
We know you're gonna pick Seattle, Tom. Do you just
Seattle coming off 4 in a row and they're home dogs against the Slackers. That's crazy.
I definitely think the Packers could cover in this game, but I'm just going to stand on principle and not pick them. I'm going to go Seattle. They're playing good too.
Kenneth Walker's back.
I hope
Walker's back.
I hope that he doesn't come back. I have Charbonnet. And he was obviously played very well in Walker's absence this year. He had another couple big games here, and Walker was out. Obviously, Walker is like the guy when he's healthy. And regardless of whether or not he were playing, I think I'd still take Seattle here because Charbonnet has shown that he's a capable guy to fill in. So at home, late in the year, obviously Seattle is leading the pack right there in the NFC West, and it's going to come down to the wire mostly between, I would assume, probably them and the Rams. But they do have the slight edge right now and the lead in the division, and I think they want to finish strong. So give me Seattle here as dogs at home.
I like that. I mean, looking at recent trends with the Seahawks, looking at their playoff implications, looking at they need to win this game, that's a great bet, and I think I'm going to lean that side, but my reasoning is more so on the Packers. I still like the Packers look good on paper. They passed the eye test for sure, unfortunately, but I still think they're being capped on potential. Like Jordan Love, if he puts it together, which he has been as of late, Jaden Reed comes on, if Romeo Doubs comes back, like if all their pieces click, they're a lethal team, but we really haven't seen that outside of 2 games this year, maybe. And I think that line reflects that. So I feel like I have to take the Seahawks here. They're hot. Geno's playing well enough, and that defense should be able to turn Jordan Love over at least once.
I don't know if I've picked the Seahawks once this entire year. And, they're 6-6-1 against the spread. So it's kind of been a toss-up for me.
You haven't picked him at all.
I don't think I'm going to start this week. I think the Packers are the better football team. I understand the Seahawks are playing better football currently, but regression to the mean for the Seahawks. And I think they see this as a must win for them, but the schedule they've got coming up, the Packers, the Vikings, the Bears, and then the Rams, if the Bears play like we know that they can, like they can play them competitively, they could have a tough time finding their way onto the top of that division after those 4 games. I like Green Bay. I'm going to pick them.
Okay.
Give me Seattle.
I like it. Concise, straight to the point. Very nice words.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Long passes, Geno.
Seattle
The whole thing
has been an interesting team this year. When they have all their pieces, they're pretty lethal. But Green Bay has just been a hard-nosed running. Like, getting Josh Jacobs I didn't think it was a good move, and it's just turned out to be he's reliable. He's not getting hurt. He's catching the ball out of the backfield. He's been much better than I expected him to be. I do worry. I think that Green Bay plays a little bit better at home. They got to go all the way to Seattle. I'll be with you, Jesse. Something's pulling me towards Green Bay here.
Yeah. I feel
like. I know maybe not so much with the Oregon thing. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Is that a good book, Al? I don't know why I just thought of that.
Yeah.
I'm on my audiobook phase now. I'm just crushing audiobooks on
really
Spotify.
Like it's a quick one too. I read that about college. Actually, it's awesome.
Shoe Dog. What is it?
It's Phil Knight's basically story of founding Nike.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Audiobooks on Spotify, also cool.
And Tom sees Seattle as a shoe fit to make the playoffs.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Not a shoe in, but a shoe fit.
Shoe fit. Nice call back there.
Double barrel Monday Night Football action coming up.
Yes, I kind of like this shit, dude.
Chicago at Minnesota.
Oh, I forgot Chicago's playing.
Minus 6.5 points. We just saw this game a few weeks ago in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Bears were down by 11 with 90 seconds, came back, forced overtime, got the ball first, choked, lost the game, right? And it's so difficult because you don't know what Bears team you're going to get. You could get the team that's competitive with Detroit and Green Bay, or even Minnesota, or you could get the team that loses to San Francisco by 24, whatever it was, loses to New England and Arizona in horrible fashion. My thinking is, being a divisional game, collectively in the first 3 divisional games, they lost those games by a combined 7 points. I think this one is close as well. I like the Bears against spread here on the road, so I'm going to take them.
You're nuts. I hate this team. They suck, and I hope they lose out. If we do lose out, we're now in the position to get a legitimate draft pick. When we were still kicking ourselves maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, they're like, oh, can we?
I didn't say we were going to win. I said we were going to cover.
Okay, that's fair. And you make a good point. You don't know what team you're going to get. I know what team I'm hoping to see, and that's the shitty one. I hope they lose, and I hope they lose by a lot. I'm done with them this year. Checked out. I'll watch the game. I'll watch the highlights. I'll force myself to consume this product like I always do, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And
so you're taking the Vikings?
I'm taking the Vikings here to cover. Last week's showing with the coaching bump was pathetic. Where was it? It didn't happen. And
it's delayed.
I think
it's delayed.
I'm losing vision in my right eye. I don't know what's happening. Just talking and thinking about them makes me ill. So give me Minnesota here. I'm sick of it.
I'm still, I'm still a Bears fan at heart here. I know.
Outside of his heart, he's a Vikings fan.
No. Listen. Sam Darnold just had the highest of highs with 5 tutties, playing well. He's going to come back down to earth a little bit. I think our defense was like, what the hell happened to us last week? And I think they kind of felt embarrassed a little bit. It's prime time. I just hope deep down in my gut that the Bears don't just lay an egg in prime time, and that's where my pick is going, and it's Bears. I think they're going to show up, is what I'm saying. At least for 6.5 points.
Okay. I'll keep this one relatively short. I wish they'd stop putting the Bears in prime time. I can't take it. Everyone's beating Caleb.
We don't need to win here.
It hurts me. I mean, the Bears have done. There's no trend to point to. There's nothing we can look at to judge how this game is going to go for them. I don't know if the road record was an Eberflus thing. I don't know if that's a Bears organization thing. I don't know where that came from. But Bears on the road, this line doesn't cross a touchdown somehow. It's got to be the Vikings.
Shit.
Correct. Vikings.
I don't know, guys.
Jordan Addison, Hawkinson, Darnold. They're better than us.
Names.
Yeah, they're better than us at all of those positions. They're going to pick us apart with all of those players.
Vikings secondary is very susceptible. They are horrible against receivers, though DJ Moore, I think, does have a game. So that's, if you don't want to bet this game, as you shouldn't, DJ Moore could be a fun little play.
True.
Our last
Rome.
little
Stay hot with Rome.
Or with Rome, yeah. His dad is upset.
Keenan Allen, come on. He had 2 touchdowns last time these teams played, I think.
These games are ass.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
We suck.
Atlanta at Las Vegas +4. Final game of the week.
Ooh.
Yeah, for them to put this up as the counterpart to the Bears-Vikings game is a slap in the face to Bears fans, like myself, who are like, well, at least they give us another Monday night game to kind of watch and keep an eye on while the Bears play. Can't tune into this one either. Sucks ass, like Tom said. Not looking forward to this at all. Think the Falcons are still alive right now, but being fast, like Kirk Cousins' ability to throw a football. That poor guy. I took them last week thinking Kirk was going to come back to Minnesota, hear all this shit talk about him in the week leading up, and come up, you like that, Kirk. And he might not be there anymore.
2 chains, Kurt.
Exactly. He walked into the trap and he didn't leave the trap. He left in a body bag. Okay. So do we see Penix down the stretch for the Falcons? I'd be interested to see what that looks like. He must not be very good. I mean, that's what my intuition is telling me is if we see how visibly bad Kirk is, and the organization is still saying, yeah, but you don't know what this Penix kid looks like right now. I'm not saying he can't be something down the road, but I think if they thought they had something at this point in time with Penix, they probably would put him in already. I don't necessarily want.
Yeah, they're giving Kirk a lot of money.
Yeah,
It's a sunken cost fallacy. They have so much. They don't want to give up on him yet. I don't know. I think
they're still in playoff contention, and he didn't look
It could
so
be
bad.
problematic. It could be problematic to play a young guy against Crosby as well. And if the risking thing is probably rush the passer. Talk about another defense. It's where it's hard to name like 3 guys, 4 guys. I mean, like it's one of those defenses, one of those units. Not that their offense is far from that either. With some of the guys they're playing at running back as of late. Sincerely, I mean that in the utmost respect. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Vegas at home +4.
gross.
Who's playing quarterback for them?
Yeah,
These
give me
days?
Vegas as well.
If it's Ritter, I'm gonna go Atlanta.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, O'Connell is out. Didn't he?
No,
didn't he get an air cast?
He had an MRI.
His
They
knees.
determined it was a bone bruise.
So he's a
What is
pussy.
What
Carted
a
him off
dramatic
for a
bitch.
bone bruise.
So is he
That's
playing?
unreal.
Yeah, I think so.
No. way.
Okay, I'll take Vegas then if O'Connell's playing.
That injury looks like he was done.
He in line to participate in Wednesday's walkthrough practice. So
AOC, man.
he's
Yeah,
good.
Alex, what you got?
I'm taking.
Oh, Jeffy?
Man, I don't know. I feel like
gotta go Atlanta.
Atlanta's not that bad.
Bijan, he's got his own mustard brand.
Yeah, I'll take Atlanta.
Can someone confirm for me that Kirk Cousins, I think I saw this, does he have 0 touchdowns and 8 interceptions over his last 4 games?
That sounds correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's tough. I want to take the Falcons so bad. This game is so meaningless. I know the Falcons still have a chance, but they really don't. I mean, the Bucs took first place in that division. They're not giving that back. They're not going to get a wild card spot. God, give me the Falcons. Fuck.
Yeah, I feel that, but I think I'm gonna go Vegas. If O'Connell plays, I want the Raiders. Like, we can't do that though. We can't do that. I'm gonna go Atlanta then. I'm going Atlanta.
No, O'Connell is playing. You're taking Las Vegas.
No, I just looked it up. And he's trying to play. That doesn't mean he's playing. I can't go with the Raiders.
I'm just saying you like the Falcons more. And then
no, I like Vegas. Well, I like O'Connell. I think he's got some fire in him, and he leads that offense pretty well.
I switched you to Atlanta. All right, we made it through 16 games. That was
we got locked. We got locked.
We do have one. Yeah, we have one thing left. We need to pick our locks for the week. So these are the games that we have the most conviction in. The spreads that we like the best.
What? Was everybody on Atlanta there except for me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's the way I wanted it. Locks this week. I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna go Galaxy Brain. I'm gonna fucking follow my big brother and take Pittsburgh to cover against Philly and really open up the gap between me and the rest of the crowd here. With everybody else on Philly, give me Pittsburgh plus 5.5. Mike Tomlin, Galaxy Brain. Does he pull Russell Wilson and say, Justin Fields is our guy this week? Who knows? We don't know what the fuck he's going to do. Whatever he does, I fucking trust him. So, Pittsburgh.
Tom took Cincinnati plus 5 or -5 over Tennessee on the road.
Was that a shot at me? What the hell?
No, I was just making sure everybody saw it.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Washington on the road.
Okay.
As a big favorite. A little worried about that, but with Derek Carr not playing, I don't see New Orleans being competitive in that one.
Is Tom on Washington there as well?
Yeah. I got Washington. We're all on Washington.
Tom knows what my lock is this week. Tom, what's my lock?
Your lock is Seattle.
Minnesota.
Oh,
Minnesota.
he's stupid.
Let's go.
You're lock on the Bears.
Well, that means the Bears are going to cover.
Yeah. If you don't know, Orgo is the worst at this game that we play. What do you? You're a slow. You're a close
slow
third.
learner. Yes, I'm a slow learner.
I thought you were going to call him a slut for a second.
I didn't know what I was going to say there.
Al, what do you got? What are you locking in?
Give me the Bills.
Okay.
I really like Josh Allen on the road there.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Likes him on the money.
I do like him on the money.
If you like him on the money line, you might as well lock it in.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to give me points, I'll take the points. But
yeah,
god damn, plus 120 looks nice there.
I almost took the Rams, but I think I'm going to go with the Bengals. Yeah.
All right, folks.
I
there
like
you
that
have
pick,
it.
Tom.
Week 15 picks against spread. Thanks for tuning in to Chi-Town Lowdown. Any closing thoughts from anybody? Watching anything good, reading anything good happening in your lives right now?
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
Yeah, I need to tune into that too.
Dexter.
Dexter. Nice.
Still
the
on.
new the new season of Yellowstone is terrible. So,
Is this
awful.
the first one without Kevin Costner?
It is. He died. Well,
We're gonna have to put a
Well.
little spoiler tab
no
in the
spoiler up there.
Yeah.
Something happened to him in the first episode,
Yeah.
and then we've been dealing with that. It's bad. It's not worthwhile. I'm locked in now. That's on me.
I've recently been watching Day of the Jackal on Peacock with Eddie Redmayne. Kind of a James Bond-esque type feel to it. He's an international assassin. Decent thus far. I've liked the first few episodes. Got some good times too. Even the intro song is very Bond-esque. I'm wondering if there's maybe an executive producer that's maybe linking the two. I don't know for certain, but I've liked it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Go out there, Silo on Apple TV. If you got
was
Apple
great.
TV, sick show. Second season just kicked off. Check that out. Definitely worth the watch. But there you have it. Those are our picks. Make sure to tune into the X page. We'll get our lock picks out there. Make sure you give us your best bets as well. Leave a comment. Drop a insult, whatever it may be.
We love it a lot.
We'll see you next week. Until then, bear down, baby.
Great wrap there.